Mr. Sachin Jain from the World Gold Council, urging you all to take back a couple of key actionables from the conference that you could go back and apply on your own businesses and make the most out of this entire podium, this gathering, this platform. The good thing is that with India Gold Conference, there are a couple of discussions that have been happening every year and some key actionables have emerged. This is something you have been hearing of since morning. So without further ado, I would now like to invite on stage the regional CEO, India World Gold Council, to join us on the stage and throw some more light on the SRO for the Indian gold industry. Let's give a round of applause as a welcome to Mr. Sachin Jain.
Thank you so much. Thanks for, again, introducing the SRO, ma'am. And as I was telling you in the previous section, the role of World Gold Council is to be the catalyst of this industry to shape the future of a right future, ready future, and all of us collectively shape and be ready for what's lies ahead. We've heard about SRO as a concept for almost 3 sessions. We heard the respectable minister talk about the SRO. We heard Prithviraj Kothari ji talk about the SRO. I touched upon that as well in my address. But just to decipher what an SRO is. Now, SRO is a self-regulatory organization that exists in a lot of businesses. I mean, most of the leading businesses across the world have an SRO, and how it's structured is that there is an industry which has to operate in the right manner, but there's the government and the regulator, but in between is a self-regulatory organization which is intended to be a first step by the industry, for the industry, and exists in various ways. Like in India, we have SROs in the mutual fund industry called AMFI, which operates like an SRO. We have NASSCOM, which is in the IT business. We have ASCA in the advertising industry. We have different ones in hotel industry and hospital industry as well. And I think it's an important, very important initiative that we're taking. And it's historic to have the first self-regulatory organization across the value chain of the gold business. World Gold Council, we've been working on this for over the last 3 years. We've done very detailed work on 6 parameters and 6 different parts of what this business is all about. Right from bullion to refinery to manufacturing to trading, most importantly retailing. But the fundamental key is, why are we doing it? And you might say, is this another association that we all want to get together and pat our backs and saying, yet another way by which we can all sit together? The answer is no. The answer is fundamentally why we're doing it is that in all our researches that we've done in the past, the consumer and the government, and I'll talk about both of them for 1 minute, the consumer, as much we believe, loves gold, as much we believe, loves the fact that as branded gold, we're sending it to them, they have a trust deficit on our category. When we talk to the government, there is a trust deficit that the government has on our category and our industry. And we've been working on this, that how do we uplift, how do we minimize this trust deficit? How we act as one industry? How we really make, great people who are doing some great job, really decipher and pat their backs and get them recognition in front of the end client. So the first SRO that we created in the gold value chain is going to be called the I-Ages. I mean, it's like gold is for ages, it's like I-Ages. We studied various SROs across the world, not in India and abroad as well, where it's going to be an initiative by the industry, for the industry, and we as World Gold Council will come in to support the initiative, not just to really kickstart it, but really get into the consumer landscape where consumers at the end of the day feel comfortable with gold as a category. And we've initiated this over the last few weeks at the IIJS in Mumbai City. And the intent is that as we go forward, we set up a professional company run by independents, run by authorities from the different parts of the government, but also the industry at large, where audits are conducted. And while you're doing a great business, you recognize and will ensure that the consumer on the floor, the consumer who walks into the store, makes a bifurcation of what good business looks like. We've set out a whole list of audit parameters and different value chains. We believe it's fundamental. We've gone across, while we were shaping this up, we went across all ministries, all regulators, and we were warmly welcomed by this idea. And why? Why was the Finance Ministry and the Commerce Ministry and the Consumer Affairs Ministry and the RBI were willing that we as an industry, come together, we as an industry get out some code of conduct and some principles by which we get a filtration, and also recognize the small scale businesses to amplify and get to doing business in a proper manner. So this kicks off, as you said, as a concept right now. My colleague Ajit has been leading this conversation. Ajit, I'd love to invite you to join me on the stage. He, along with my team, Rakhi, Aarti, who've been behind it, Abhishek, who really built this up. And I'd like to show you the logo of IHS. If you can please have the logo. So what you see is the logo of IHS.
Supported by the World Gold Council.
Now it's India Association for Gold Excellence and Standards. Why we've chosen this, and it's not that we've sat around the table and we thought IHS seems a good name. There's a lot of research we did. We picked up the best minds around the advertising world to create how this logo can sit besides other industry players around different brands. And eventually the role for us will be that we make this name popular. The idea is not to point fingers towards people who are not doing a great job. The objective is to point fingers and acknowledge people who are doing a great job, and hence lift the industry together and upwards. And as we said, it's a structural change. We know that there'll be bottlenecks. We know it's not going to be easy, but we believe that the intention of this room is to create a gold world which is much different and ready for the future. So this, from our perspective, is an extremely important step. We'd urge all of you to be open about it, in the sense that we will be ready with shaping this up over the next few months. We'll be opening up our membership. It's an industry initiative. It's our initiative as the gold world, and this is going to shape the future of the gold industry at large. Immaterial, whether you're in the bullion side, manufacturing, retailing, but when the consumer looks at gold or thinks about gold, we as an industry are giving them solid proof and solid comfort, and hence confidence of coming back to our industry. And I'll just like to offer the mic to my colleague Ajit, who's been behind it over the years, building it up along with the team, and just maybe reflect a few points as to what our initiative is about.
Sure, thanks Sachin. As I think many of you would know that, because this project started in around 2020, 2021, and we did consult the industry about, what kind of, how can we come together, how the industry can come together and self-regulate, because that's where the government also has been, has been telling many industries that, first you self-regulate yourself, get your house in order, and then we will definitely support you. So this initiative, is a part of our global initiative, which is called the Retail Gold Investment Principles. And then obviously we adopted those principles in India. Based on that and industry consultations, we formed a group of around 40 key stakeholders. We developed a code of conduct as well. And based on that, we have moved ahead in the last around 3 years. As we go along in the next few months, you will keep hearing more and more on this. And, the first, we were targeting that, by December, we will have some kind of accreditation. Because this is going to be done by the industry. So it is, as Sachin had mentioned, 3 associations have already joined. It's going to be an independent body. They are going to, take it forward, and World Gold Council are going to support this for a long term, and it's not a short term initiative. We envisage, that this becomes an apex body for our industry, and so that's about it.
Great, thanks Ajit. And I think the key point here is, as I was reflecting in my session before, that please look at World Gold Council as a catalyst of the future. For us, it's not for us to own this association, but create an infrastructure by which we all as an industry propel. I talked about the EDF campaign, which is live. It's real, it's out there. Our campaign of Your Gold is live, it's out there. This is the most important step that we as an industry can take, should take. The timing is absolutely correct. And I think with that, I'd just like to sort of say that join this journey. We are here as World Gold Council. We have a booth. The entire team, as I mentioned, is here to engage with you, work with you, have debates, have even sort of new ideas. But please engage with us so that we can tell you more about this initiative, and also bring out your, how you see and what your ideas could be. Because it's not about World Gold Council propelling an idea. It's us as an industry, and we can do it only if we're one industry together. So with that, I like to sort of just show you a little bit of our campaign, which is a B2B campaign. It's really what this is about, a new beginning. And wish you a great next 2 days. Please engage. Have a phenomenal rest of the part of the year. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Sachin Jain. And I think congratulations are in order to the entire industry for this new initiative. I think a huge round of applause for IAGS. IAGS, the Indian Association for Gold Excellence and Standards, which is an industry initiative for the industry, by the industry, supported by the World Gold Council. Well, cheers to some new developments right here at India Gold Conference.